Hey everyone, I'm here with trainer Grant Setnicka, who just won Horse of the Year at last night's 2016 World Finals, just by 1 point too. Congratulations to you, Grant.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it couldn't have come down more to the wire, that's for sure.
Yeah, you would have had a lot of people, sitting there biting their nails wondering what was going on. And on top of that, you had to wait 50 minutes to see what was happening. There was a review. How were you feeling at that point?
Well, yeah, there was a review on my run, and it usually they take 10, 15 minutes. This one took 50 minutes, which is great because I just looked at it as they just really wanted to make sure, because it was a pretty important review. It was on my first cow, my first quit. Cow turned away and then kind of turned right back into me, so they just wanted to make sure I didn't hot quit. And fortunately, we ended up getting some points back, and those points gave me enough placings to be Horse of the Year by 1 point. So it was unbelievable.
It's probably the closest race ever.
It has to be. It can't get any closer. The only way it could have gotten closer is if we tied, and then I guess the rule is after that it goes off money won, whatever horse won the most money that year. But hats off to Matt Miller and Amanda CD, awesome horse. Chris Brengard, who owns the horse, it's been a lot of fun this year, going back and forth, and I consider Matt a great friend and unbelievable competitor, and it was a long year, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, he had a different strategy to you because he really did really well at the big aged events. You did more of the hauling, paid out in your favour in the end. But
yeah,
what made you decide to go and haul this year?
What made us where we ended up at this point was because of points. The Mercurias give away points that go towards Horse of the Year. So if I'm going to go for Horse of the Year, I'm going to try to enter everything possible. And luckily we did well at a few Mercurias. I think we made 3 Mercuria finals, won one of them, second at one, and then placed in the other one. And that put me up high enough in the world standings to make the world finals. And then coming into it, I had it was a tough chore. I want to say 64 points to get, and that's how far ahead of me he was. And each go around gives away 20 points, and then the average gives away 20 points. And so I ended up winning second in the average and won 2 of the 4 go-arounds, and so that gave me enough points to advance. And those group of horses, I mean, if you look down through them, they're just unbelievable. And I couldn't be more proud of my horse, being as young as she is, kind of hanging with the big dogs, so to speak.
So tell us about Ichis My Choice, owned by J5. As you say, a 4-year-old, more unusual for a horse of that age to win Horse of the Year?
Yeah, absolutely. She's 4 years old, but I always tell people I want to ride a horse way smarter than me, and I think she is. She listens to me all the way up until the point where I'm wrong, and that's what I will look for in a horse. And she's gritty, she's strong, she's extremely cow smart, and throughout the year to make the world finals, she had to. It's kind of like what I describe to people that do aged events. It's like when you make the finals and you try to win a cutting, it's like that every time you show in the weekend stuff. And so not only physical strength but the mental pressure, she handled everything well. And the Yagi family, Chubby Turner, they gave me everything I needed to make all this possible, and they're just unbelievable clients and friends, and I'm just ecstatic for everybody.
So is it more unusual to go hauling for that title with a 4-year-old because you really want to dedicate them to the aged events? What is the trick or the balance, I guess, to having them not go lame or handle the stress of all that showing?
Yeah, I think it boils down to their brain as far as if they're mentally tough and can do it. Then I look at all those older weekend type horses, and I just can't believe how incredibly strong and pure and to go that hard that long was it's tough on a horse. And I think the reason, the whole base model is you do aged events until the horses the end of their 6-year-old year, and then if you want to keep going, you can do some Mercuria stuff and some weekend stuff. But I'll tell you what, it was a speed that I had to learn to get comfortable with, and it was just an unbelievable learning experience for both of us. And I think the reason people don't do more of it on their younger horses is because they're trying to kind of save them, for the next 3 or 4 years of their age event career.
Now that you've proven that you can do it, do you think you might see some more younger horses go for this title?
I do. I think that I think she's the only 4-year-old that's ever made the top 15, and I don't know. It's just, if it wasn't for the weekend stuff, I wouldn't have gotten this title. So yeah, I think you might see more of it.
How about you? You going to do some more hauling, or are you going to go back exclusively to the aged events?
I don't want to go anywhere after this year. I feel like I feel like I've been working for a carnival or something. I just haven't been home a whole lot, and but it's been so worth it now, and a lot of 10 o'clock at night watching cows, at these weekend shows, and I'm just glad all that, and for the horse, I'm glad all her hard work, kind of paid off.
So what does this do for the horse now, the horse itself, in terms of value, plans to breed, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it does nothing but increase her value. Like win, lose, or draw. My mentality was, people know she's a nice horse, and but having that title doesn't hurt anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, and she had won what, 280,000 before winning the title?
Yeah, I think she's over 300. I know she's over 300,000 now for sure after the World Finals and stuff. So that was kind of neat. And she's healthy. She feels good, and I'm sure she's looking forward to a little break, and then we'll do the age event stuff next year and keep going.
So with you hitting the road a little bit more than you do normally, did you learn something more about yourself or showing, or how has it changed or affected you?
What I learned hauling, so to speak, which, by the way, those hats off to some of those guys went to 70, 80 shows this year. Like I didn't go that hard at all, but I learned even more. Like, I feel like my program's pretty simple, but what I learned is all the little stuff that you feel that we get picky about, just don't even worry about it, because when you're going that fast all the time, you're going to have some little imperfections, but you're just presenting the best run you can out of 10, 15 phenomenal horses. So it just, for me, it was, I had to learn more speed and more working time is basically what I got out of it. And if you had a little miss or anything like that, it's not a big deal. Just keep going. And that's kind of what I got out of it.
And how about dealing with pressure with coming into the event last night?
I was, it wasn't just last night. It's been kind of all year, because those points are so valuable. And so I felt like once Matt and I were kind of neck and neck, he is freaking not going to make a mistake. And so he always, like, you can never count him out. And so I would always have to try to be perfect as well. And it was last night, I was really, really nervous. I mean, I get nervous every time I show that horse. I think you get nervous when you realize the only variable that can mess things up is you. And but that's the kind of horse I want to show as well. So it was nerve-wracking. And then, you know, it was really hard to figure out the points and all that because you couldn't figure out the average until the show was over. And it was just kind of but I just, you know, my theory was it'll be what it'll be. I did all I could do. I mean, I cut the best cows I thought were in there, and he was kind of out of my hands at that point. And that's kind of the way I try to use all those nerves and all that to focus versus letting them distract me.
Now, Matt wasn't in the final last night, but was he watching?
I don't think Matt was there. I know, excuse me, I know Chris, his owner, was there, and we're all kind of waiting around for the review and stuff. But I don't think Matt was there. But I'm sure he was watching it, or he knows everything down to the point and stuff, and so I'm sure he was watching.
Well, it certainly makes cutting exciting. Congratulations to you, Grant.
Thank you very much.